All right, so for a while there, the big conversation, the one all over our feeds, was about quiet quitting. But it feels like we've leveled up, and not in a good way. We're now talking about something way more intense. It's this shift from being quietly checked out to being quietly, well, breaking down. And this quote just hits hard, doesn't it? Your mind is collapsing, but your work emails are perfectly punctuated. Wow. That just perfectly captures that wild disconnect, right? The gap between what's really going on inside your head and that perfect professional face you have to put on. It's like a silent scream hidden behind perfect grammar and a friendly sign off. So let's actually put a name to this feeling. It's being called quiet cracking. And what is it exactly? Well, you can think of it as this weird modern skill. It's the art of silently falling to pieces on the inside, while on the outside, you're the star employee. You're hitting every deadline, you're on top of everything. It's basically a survival tactic for the corporate world we live in now, and it's usually fueled by that deep down fear of, messing up or being seen as anything less than perfect. Okay, so what does quiet cracking actually feel like in the day-to-day? Well, that subtitle really says it all, doesn't it? It's that feeling of running on 2% battery. You're drained, you have almost nothing left in the tank, but you just keep going. Let's break down exactly what that looks like. And here's the really wild part, the trap. Look at this list: replying to emails at midnight, juggling office politics, dealing with micromanagers, finishing work that was never even assigned to you, and you're doing it all with a smile. The kicker? You get praised for it. You're called a great team player. And that praise feels good, right? It feeds that part of us that wants to do a good job. But all the while, your internal system is just screaming for you to please, please take a break. So, how on earth did we get here? It's easy to think, oh, it's just me, I'm just an anxious person. But that's not the whole story. This isn't just an individual problem. It's so often a direct result of the work environment itself. You could say the modern workplace has the perfect recipe for this kind of storm. And a big part of that recipe? The hybrid work paradox. I mean, it was supposed to be the best of both worlds, right? More flexibility. But what it's really done for a lot of us is just blur all the lines. You're physically at home, trying to throw together some lunch, but your brain is a million miles away, stuck in a spreadsheet. Or, the one, professional business shirt on top, pajamas on the bottom for that super important Zoom call. The boundaries between work and home, yeah, they've pretty much dissolved into thin air. And if you really want to cook up a breakdown, here's the perfect recipe. Step 1, start with a generous portion of toxic leadership. Step 2, mix in a constant barrage of weekend messages. The ones that make you forget what a day off even feels like. And for the final garnish, just sprinkle on a never-ending supply of last-minute, urgent tasks. Voila! It's a guaranteed recipe for quiet cracking. Okay, so when you see all of that laid out, it's a lot. It can feel pretty overwhelming. Almost like you're stuck playing a video game that's been rigged to be impossible. Which leads to a really, really important question. Do you have to keep playing this game on hard mode? And the answer, the really good news here, is no. You absolutely don't. You actually have way more power in this situation than you might think. It is totally possible to change the rules of the game and start taking back your time, your energy, and yeah, your sanity. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got hard mode. And let's be honest, this is the default setting for so many of us. Saying yes to every single task, being always on, pretending you're totally fine when you're not. But look at the other side. There is a better way. It's all about setting boundaries, learning to say no, or even just later, and protecting your energy. This is a huge mental shift. You stop trying to prove your worth by being exhausted, and you start treating your energy like the most valuable thing you have. So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, it can start with something as simple as adding a few new phrases to your toolkit. These look simple, but they are so powerful. First up, no. It's a complete sentence. It protects your time and your energy. Then there's later. This little word helps you take back control of your own schedule. And my personal favorite, let me check and get back to you. This one is magic. It gives you that crucial pause, that breathing room to actually think instead of just reacting. And this is maybe the most important thing to remember through all of this. You are not a machine. You're not some productivity robot designed to run 24/7. You are a human being doing your absolute best to get by in what is, let's face it, a pretty chaotic environment. Giving yourself a little bit of grace isn't being weak. It's absolutely essential for survival. All right, as we start to bring this all together, I want to leave you with what might be the most powerful tool in that whole toolkit. And that's the reminder that you are not alone in this. There really is a kinder way forward, and it all starts with realizing you're not on a solo mission.
Seriously, if you're listening to this and thinking, wow, that's me, I promise you, you're not the only one. Not by a long shot. We're talking about millions of people, millions of employees are going through this exact same thing, silently. That feeling that you're totally isolated, it's just an illusion. This is a massive, shared experience.
So, what's the antidote? Honestly, it's talking about it. And yeah, even laughing about it. There's a certain power in finding the dark humor in all of this, right? The second you drag this quiet cracking thing out into the light, it starts to lose its grip on you. It stops being this heavy, shameful secret and becomes just a shared, relatable problem. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. If any of this sounded familiar, if you felt yourself quietly cracking under all the pressure, maybe today's the day. Maybe today is the day you just give yourself a break. Stop demanding perfection and just give yourself a little more kindness. You've earned it.